Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a video on the showcase of my Cold Occultist BV. Or Blade Vortex if you don't know what BV stands for. So it's a really nice build. I took this build to 100 and yes, I am using Headhunter and it does function without Headhunter, but obviously if you want to juice maps, Headhunter is very recommended. Now this can do pretty much all content. However, I haven't tested it for Maven's Arena. For like I know it can do the invitation fight if you do the memory game right, but it can't tank the thing, of course. But for like the multiple boss fights, I haven't tried it because I didn't do that with this build. I just hard juiced maps with this build, and I had a lot of fun. The main usage or the way I got loads of XP and hit 100 was to spam Valdo's Rest with the Harbingers, and juicing those maps up is just so much XP. And yeah, I had to make my loot filter really strict. Even I don't know why simulacrum splinters are here, but yeah, I didn't really pick them up. But yeah, my loot filter went really strict just because I want to hit 100. I don't really care about currency anymore. I'm kind of done with Trade League. I've actually been done with Trade League for a long time, and this video has been really delayed. So I don't know. I was kind of busy with some stuff. So yeah, this is the build in action, and it's been really fun. And I was able to take my first character to 100 this league with this character, and it's just yeah, a bunch of fun. Now, as you can see, we have a lot of AoE, and that's because Occultist gives even more AoE in the Ascendancy. So this video, I'm just going to give you an overview of the build. I'm not going to be making a build guide unless you guys really want one. And the build is as usual. I mean, not as usual, but at this time in the league, I make one of my most expensive builds. Or let's say a couple of weeks ago, I made this build, and yeah, it usually happens because I play PoE a lot and I generate a lot of currency, and this is the time where I just make an insane build, or I've already quit the league, something of that sort. So yeah, I will be overviewing the build. Let me know what you guys think as well, and I'll see you in a second. Alright guys, we are in game. So I'm just going to be showing you what gear I'm using in the tree, and I'll leave a paste bin down below, but this is not a build guide, so I won't be explaining literally everything like I do in my build guides. However, if you guys want a build guide, let me know. So let's start off with the flasks. So you're probably wondering, why on earth are you running a life flask? Because we kind of don't really need it, right? And the reason I'm running it is, as I said, I wanted to hit 100 with this build, which we did end up hitting, and I needed this life flask as an emergency in case I got chunked down. Now, we don't really have any dodge or anything or evade apart from elusive from our boots, which is really nice. Now, these boots are a little bit insane. I'll tell you how you can get yourselves one of these for not too expensive, but normally these are around 20 exalts or more, especially with the stats I have on this one, but there is a cheaper method that I can tell you guys. So yeah, the way you want to get these boots, if you wanted to get it for cheap, is you find the boots with the perfect stats you want apart from elusive. Make sure you look for an empty prefix, and once you find an empty prefix, you need to make sure it's redeemer as well. Now, I found these boots without elusive for 5x, something like that, and I augmented crit because it already had redeemer, and the only crit mod that can roll is elusive. So make sure it has an empty prefix and then just augment crit. Augment crit is like 2x in TFT, so it was really cheap. Yep, that's how I got that. Anyway, so how does this build kind of work? I'll kind of give you an idea of what it does. So we convert the fizz to lightning and convert the lightning to cold, and we do that with Call of the Brotherhood. Now, how do we get 100% convert to lightning? So what we do, we run some gloves. We have the synthesized gloves that give fizz to lightning, and we also have the craft fizz to lightning, so that's 50% over there. Now, to get the other 50%, well, we got 10% from Flesh to Lightning on Arcane Vision, which is this Timeless Jewel. I got it on TFT for about 3x, but if you divine it yourself, it's going to cost way more, most likely, unless you get really lucky. So that's 60% over there. And then finally, we're running a Watcher's Eye over here. Pretty nice Watcher's Eye. Got 3 useful stats, and we got really good rolls on this, but I got 40% Fizz to Lightning, so we have 100% convert. Now this also scales our explode chest, which is an elevated explode, which is nice. So basically it says that enemies you kill explode 5% of their life as fizz damage, but that's lightning damage, and that lightning is being scaled by cold. And now all of a sudden our explode is just insane. Now this chest piece is kind of crap, but it does have the 2 mods I need on it, which is the explode and the frenzy on hit, and I gambled the or did the Maven orb for the explode, which was really nice. And then we also have some life and all of that stuff. So its chest piece is quite expensive. You don't need it. The 3% one is more than enough since we scaling explode anyway. Also the auras we're running, and you're probably wondering how is this useful. I mean, it's double wrath and zealotry, but we're also running hatred. The way we're doing that is we're running a helmet that has reduced mana reservation, which is really useful, and it allows us to run the 3 big auras, which is wrath, zealotry, and hatred. And yeah, it just gives us a bunch of damage. And you're probably wondering, why do we take these 3 points? Now you don't have to, but the elusive effect is actually really nice. It gives more move speed, more dodge. That's the only reason I took it. But you don't need these 3 points if you don't want to. And yeah, this is the tree over here. We're running Towering Threat, of course, with vast power everywhere in every single slot. Then we have some multi-jewels everywhere. Double multi with life is preferable, but some of them I really need to resist. But yeah, we get mostly double multi, or some with res. And we actually run a Unnatural Instinct over here. And the reason we run the Unnatural Instinct is purely because it gives a bit of damage, a bit of life, or the LE damage over here. It gives some strength, which you really need, and it gives life. It's just overall not bad at all. You know, and it gives this LE damage too. So you don't have to run this either. You can change it with something else, but you will have to get the strength somewhere else. Now my things aren't really optimized. Blast Freeze is just so that in Deliriums I can freeze everything off screen. Snowstorm is a huge node, and it's probably one of the ones that gives one of the most damage, like as a single notable on the entire tree. And then we got Darilani's Lesson, Widespread Destruction, Vengeful Commander, because we're running auras as well. Now, ideally, you do want a Blanketed Snow somewhere, probably here, and you can change out 2 points for it. But that would be completely optimal. I could have gone for that if I wanted to, but at that point, I just gambled all the money away on Ancient Orbs because I kind of quit Trade League. I'm planning to go to SSF soon, but I'm not really sure. I've just been taking a break from PoE because I played a lot this league and I just wanted to take a break. But yeah, we have frenzies. We have 10 power charges, which means 10 frenzy charges with badge. Allocate charisma so we can actually run all the auras as usual, and it gives aura effect as well. We have a 10% void battery and a 9% void battery. Corrupted implicit, these are like 15 to 20x each. And yeah, these gloves shouldn't cost you too much, but I crafted these myself. I just bought the base for about 5x, but I had to spam a few fossils on it, and it ended up being pretty good. The helmet is, we need resist on it. We got some multi. Unfortunately, it's tier 3 multi, which sucks, but, you know, I'm not going to remove that crit now. I'm kind of done with the build anyway. But yeah, the main thing is a power charge and unleash +1 max seals with the helmet enchant. And then we got some increased LE damage and some resist, which is nice. Is this a bit of a problem on this build? But we do manage to get them in with some insane gear. And what else? I think that's it. Headhunter you don't need, but if I take this out, because I really want to show the build without Headhunter, because a lot of people say, you know, this build's carried by Headhunter and it sucks. But as you can see, I can't run like all my gear, and if you go on the tree or whatever, yeah, it gives me too many stats, and it's just a bit too troll. So yeah, that's how that is. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't talk about the rest of the Flasks. So Taste of Fate is insane. Fizz's Extra Cold is bonkers for this build. And then we also have Adziri's Promise, which gives Fizz's Extra Chaos, Elemental's Extra Chaos. It's so insane, this Flask, even probably more insane than Taste of Fate. So I really recommend that. Diamond Flask because we don't have too much crit with Anti-Curse, and then Anti-Bleed Health Flask. Quicksilver Adrenaline. But yeah, that is a build showcase. I hope you guys enjoyed. I can make an in-depth build guide if you guys want, but it is an expensive build, as I said. So let me know what you guys think of this build. If you want a build guide, let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you end up wanting the build guide, and I will definitely upload one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.